YouTube. So today I got an interesting topic. So I'm going to go over exactly what practicing body game taught me about women, guys. Now I know a lot of you guys are interested in this topic, but I'm gonna just go through some stories and the changes I've noticed. Now a lot of people who have body game, they've always had it. They've had it in high school. They always had the game and stuff like that. Me, different story for me. I did not have physique in high school, but my brother did, my older brother did, and I noticed how, women treated him versus how they treated me. Looking back, it was completely different. I used to have, for example, in high school, I was super skinny, I was lame, but I used to have chicks come up to me, right, and like hang out with me for the entire period, right? And then as soon as the bell rung, they'd be like, hey, what's your brother's number? So they gave me attention just to get my brother's number because he was in super, super good shape. That was kind of my first exposure to it, right? But yeah, all throughout, up till I was 21, about 2021, I really didn't get any play, right? 19, I got a little bit of attention, but I really got my body together. Once I was 21, I put on some size and I started noticing a lot of different things, guys. Like, here's the first thing I noticed, right? Don't listen to what women say, watch what they do, guys. All right, actions speak louder than words, let's be honest. They're gonna say they want a dad bod, they're gonna say they want someone who's out of shape, they're gonna say they want someone who's really nice, who's super, loyal and caring, gives them flowers and shit like that. Listen, once you have body game and you don't give someone any of that and they give you everything, you're gonna realize that none of that shit matters, right? Another thing I noticed is like red flags and like, standards are only for dudes that girls aren't attracted to, all right? Because when it comes to body game specifically, since I had body game, every chick I've dealt with since I've had body game, it's never been like, oh, I give them flowers or I do anything that's on their standards list, right? Because they would tell me, like, we'd be talking, how you're talking back and forth with a chick before you meet up with her and link with her. She'll be like, oh, these are my standards. Obviously, I'm not doing any of this shit as far as like the boyfriend standard shit, but since they're attracted to me physically and it's genuine desire, it doesn't really matter. They throw it out the window, right? For example, if you're out of shape and you're disheveled and you're unattractive to a girl and you call her beautiful, she's gonna be like, that guy's creepy. If you're in shape and you're really her type, you're her prototype, then she's gonna be like, wow, he has game, he's so cute, like he said I was beautiful, shit like that, right? So literally, words are different. Just obviously how you say it matters, but who it comes from matters way more, like how you look. Like if you present yourself and a girl is choosing you and she's looking at you and you say anything to her, that's game to her. If a girl's looking at you, she's like, oh, you're disgusting, and you say something to her, that's creepy to her. That's just how it works, right? That's one of the biggest things that I've noticed, right? And also I wanted to say, just in general, like obviously before I had body game, dating was like super, super hard and no chicks ever wanted to see me. Like no chicks mess with me, no chicks paid me any attention, any of that stuff. So I kind of just gave up on that, focused on myself and just focused on getting my body right, focused on business, things like that. And that's when all the attention started coming, right? Another thing I noticed is obviously the law of attraction, which I learned later, but the more you chase something, the more you reinforce that you lack it in the first place. Let me say that again. The more you chase something, the more you reinforce you lack it in the first place. So all of you guys spending all your time chasing chicks and you're not in shape, right? And you don't have your life together. Chicks are gonna be unattracted to that naturally. Everyone who's just on their purpose, right, and not really thirsty for chicks, chasing chicks, they're gonna want you more because it reinforces that you have it already, which is why you're not chasing it in the first place, right? But yeah, you just get, overall, bro, you just get more attention from women. And I learned that women really do care about looks. Like I thought it was all about money and just like clout and shit like that. That matters, but looks are everything. Like if you're a girl's prototype, bro, she will slide in your DMs. Like, here's the thing. We don't know that chicks are attracted to dudes. They lust for dudes. They like doing the same things we do. Like a lot of times we think that, as dudes, we're the only ones that have, sex drive, but in reality, it's women too. It's just, if you're not her prototype, you're not getting any attention, right? Like women only pay attention to the top 20% of dudes. Honestly, the top 10% of dudes, because before I was anything, right, I remember that I would kind of be like, dang man, why aren't chicks choosing me? And I would look at their following and they're following the same type of dude, right? Every girl has a type. Like some chicks, they like the baby face Chaz. Some chicks like the bearded, tatted Tyrone, shit like that, right? So I would notice that every chick that DM me first on Instagram, right? I have two homeboys, bro. We all 6 foot and over, tatted, in shape. And anytime a chick would hit me, with hard eyes or like, oh, I want to take you out or something like that, I would hit them up and be like, hey, did she hit you guys up too? And 90% of the time they'd be like, yeah, she hit me up too. Because a lot of times chicks, they only, like I said, they're only thirsty for the top 10% of dudes. They only give attention to the top 10% of dudes. So while you feel like chicks do not like dudes or they're just like unattracted to most people, that's true. But when it comes to that top 10% of dudes, they're willing to do whatever, right? All the standards, all the hoops to jump through, they're out the window. All that dinner date stuff, like, oh, you need to pay $100, $300 on dinner dates, that's for dudes they're not attracted to. Because trust me, when they're attracted to you, bro, literally, you can literally just pull up in your car and have a date in the car, but they do not care. But that's only if they're attracted to you. If they're not attracted to you, you better jump through some hoops. You better take them to the most expensive restaurant, because you got to compensate for, your lack of, attraction. You see what I'm saying? Because the way chicks look at it is like, okay, I need to get something out of this dude. Like if I'm not attracted to him, I need to get something out of it. So I might as well get a date and a picture for Instagram or something. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of times we spend time trying to choose people who don't choose us, when in reality, if you just literally focus on yourself and really better yourself, you'll attract people who are attracted to you, right? And that's gonna be way better for your situation anyways. The dynamic will be way better, it'll be way smoother. There won't be any bullshit. All right, so that's one of the biggest, like, craziest things that I noticed, like, that chicks, they're super sexually active. Like I didn't used to know that back in the day. I thought they were all innocent Disney Channel shit, right? Until you get to that high level, you're not gonna know it either. You're not gonna know that chicks are DMing people constantly. That's why a lot of people, when they comment, they're like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about, blah, blah, blah. It's because they never had the experience. When you never had the experience, obviously everything I say sounds like BS, right? But I've literally had chicks fly me out. I've had chicks fly to me multiple times, bro. Like, here's the thing. Like, I was celibate for a minute, but I had some chick trying to fly out to see me. I was like, nah, I'm not gonna see her. And then, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take a week off, right? I'm gonna take a week to myself. I'm still gonna be doing business stuff and stuff like that, but I'm gonna take a week to myself. So all I did literally, bro, I'm not even playing. Went to my DMs. I was like, okay, let's see who hard-eyed me. And scrolled up, and I was like, oh, this chick. I was just scrolling. I was like, okay, this chick looks pretty good. She's in the gym. All right, let me hit her up. So I hit her up because she hard-eyed me like weeks ago, and I hit her up. And she like hard-eyed all my stories and shit, and I didn't see it until then. So I hit her up and I was like, yo, what's up? And she's like, oh my God, you saw my DM, shit like that, right? Blah, 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 blah. And then she's like, let me fly out and see you. She flew out and came see me on my week off or whatever. But that's kind of what happens when, you have that physique, because it's gonna give girls that genuine desire, because that's where most of your sexual attraction comes from, is your physique. Like, yeah, girls will like mess with you if girls will mess with you if you have money, because you have money. But when you have that physique, it's genuine desire. Nothing else matters. Like, the time of my life in my early 20s when I was getting the most chicks, bro, like 21 to 26-ish, I was lit, bro. I probably had a negative $500 in my bank account, bro. I used to make chicks pay for everything, bro. Like all that splitting bill shit or pay for my bills and stuff. I'm talking about I went on a date with a 10 and I had her pay for her own. And it was ice cream, bro. I had her pay for her own ice cream, bro. Like that's just how it was, bro. Like a lot of you guys don't understand that, because you guys are like paying, jumping through hoops for these chicks that are not attracted to you in the first place. Because at the end of the day, the only time a chick is gonna make you jump through the hoops is if she's not attracted to you, or she doesn't think that you get any, you get any. So it's gonna be like, I don't want to be the only person giving him some, or I'm not really attracted to him. Is he attractive type shit? So yeah.